about some of our chickens, and I thought that I would show you what we do with our leftover eggshells. You might be thinking, that's a strange thing to do a video about, but I think that the eggs will make for good ASMR, so stick around, give me a few minutes, and I'll show you what I mean. So let me just start. I have several eggshells in front of me off camera, and let me just show you the colors that our chickens produce. Our chickens mostly do these different colored eggs. We have a brown style, and then we have what we call a blue, but it looks white. It's just blue-ish. There are also green-ish eggs. We don't have any hens that lay those kind of eggs. We have one hen that lays sort of a white-ish egg, whiter than the blue eggs. So these are obviously eggshells from eggs that we've eaten from our chickens. We get about maybe 8 eggs a day. We have 11 laying hens currently in our backyard, our quarter-acre backyard, and we get about 8 a day, from our 11 hens. And we are a family of 5, so we eat eggs quite a lot, mostly in the morning, but we use them for other things as well. If we're frying chicken or frying rabbit, both of which we also have in our backyard, we will use egg for the batter. If we're baking things, we use them for that. Obviously, whatever you use an egg for, we're going to use them for. So we have the eggshells. We don't throw them away, and we don't compost them. What we do is we crush them up. What we actually do first is we bake them. We put them on a cookie sheet, which is what they're all on right now off camera. We'll throw them all in the cookie sheet, kind of spread them out, throw them in the oven, like 350, 375 for about 10 minutes, and then that just sort of cooks the bacteria, and it helps, cooks the bacteria out rather, and then it helps to make the eggs a little bit easier to crumble, makes them a little bit crispier. Now, what do we do with these eggshells? You may be asking yourself. Excellent question. We take these crushed eggshells and we feed them to our chickens. Chickens need calcium in order to make the shell of their eggs. And you can give them things like oyster shells, which have calcium in them. But you have to buy those. These eggshells are free. They come from our chickens, and we just feed them back to them, and they eat them because they need the calcium. Our feed that we give them also has some calcium in it as well, but this is just extra calcium to make sure that their eggs are strong and sturdy. backyard as well. So we don't have any dried mealworms. We'll get some worms out of the worm garden, throw in a handful, and put a little scratch in there as well, and then give it to the chickens, and they love it. They are all over it, and it's usually gone by the end of the day. One of the reasons that we crush the eggshells is, obviously, just to make it easier for the hens to eat it, to consume it. The other reason is because we don't want it to look like an egg. Because if a hen starts to break open eggs because they enjoy the taste of them, then they'll, once they start doing it, they will continue doing it. And there's not really a way to break them, at least not that I know, a way to break them of it. So, we don't want them to know that they're eating eggs. Not that there's anything wrong with them eating eggs. We just don't want them to, because then if they eat an egg, then we can't eat the eggs. And if they start to eat the eggs, then they'll just eat them all, break them all open. And we can't have that. Like I said, we have 11 laying hens in our backyard currently. We've had these 11 for about a year now. We bought them when they were chicks, just a couple of days old, most of them, and they've been laying for us probably not a year. Probably all of them have been laying for 4 or 5 months or so, 6 months. Time is wibbly wobbly. I don't really remember. But it takes some of them, depending on the breed. It takes them several months to get to laying age. Some of them started laying as early as 4 months, or maybe 3 months. Others took until at least 6 or 7 months to start laying. One of the neat things about eggs that you raise yourself is you don't have to refrigerate them. The reason that people in America, at least, have to refrigerate their eggs is because they've been pasteurized and they've been washed to kill off the bacteria. But what happens when they do that? The hens, when they lay an egg, they coat it when it comes out of the hen's vent. They coat it in something called bloom, and it's just like a protective coating that protects the egg from bacteria. And as long as that bloom is on the egg, the outside of the egg, you don't need to refrigerate it. If you wash the egg, which is what commercial egg factories will do, that's when the bloom goes away, and then there's nothing there to protect it, and that's why you have to refrigerate it. And the reason that they wash it is to protect it from salmonella. But if you're raising chickens in your backyard, you probably don't about salmonella very much. You do need to worry about it. It's a thing, but it's just not. It doesn't run rampant like it does in the commercial, egg factories, farms. I don't know. It doesn't run rampant, and if you, it's not a thing you have to worry about very much. We don't worry about it. Maybe we should. I don't know. It's not a big deal. I know several people who raise chickens and they're not worried about salmonella. So if they're not worried, I'm not worried. You know what I'm saying? Now, we have, like I said, we have 11 laying hens. Of those 11 hens, we have 3 Easter eggers that are brown. We have a white Easter egger. We have 2 cinnamon queens. We have 2 buff Orpingtons. We have 1 Dominique, and we have 2 black Australorps. I think I got them all. We had 10, but we were also raising meat chickens, Cornish crosses, and one of the chicks that we got was way smaller than the other ones, and it had green feet, and it wasn't growing nearly as fast as the other ones. And so at first we thought, oh, it's a runt, it's a small one, but then we started thinking, that is not a Cornish cross at all. It is something else. And because of the green feet, we deduced that it's an Easter egger. So I'm pretty sure it's an Easter egger, which can be white, and I believe is the only variety of chicken that has green feet. Maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, let me know in the comments. But I'm pretty sure that it is a white Easter egger that the hatchery that we bought our chicks from confused for a Cornish, because honestly they did look like, when they're very young, it looked exactly like a Cornish, because chicks when they're that little, they all look kind of the same. And then, in 1 to 2 weeks, when the Cornish get enormous, then you realize, oh, okay, that is not a Cornish, it is a regular chicken. So. Go ahead and crush up several of these real quick. once a week, whenever we use an egg, we'll take the shell, throw it in a pot, that's just sitting on the cabinet, and then at the end of the week, we'll bake them and crush them up and feed it to the chickens. Do y'all raise chickens in your backyard? Or maybe you've got like a farm or something, which is cool. We want to get some land and do that. If you raise chickens, let me know in the comments. Let me know how many you have, what varieties you have, how long you've raised them, anything interesting to know. I am a amateur backyard farmer, that's for sure. I've only been doing this for about a year. We've had what we're calling our micro farm for about a year, where we have meat rabbits and meat chickens and egg layers and a pretty hefty sized garden on our quarter-acre plot. So let me know if you got any cool tips. Let me know. tough on the eggshells so we can keep them safe.